We're doing a mysterious summons. We're on Area 50, but this has got to be... man, this does have to be a favor push. Welcome to Favor Push Day. Welcome to Favor Push Day, folks. It's not what I was planning on doing, but it's what we are doing. We're going to grab our Spring Celebration chest. Speed. Okay. I wish this had been Clairvoyance. This is garbage. I will take that time gate piece, though. If you have a gold spurt chest, we'll open that in a moment. You know. Why are we going to Waterdeep, folks? We're going to Waterdeep because I said so. And that's good enough. Now, man, I am tempted to just throw this down right here. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. Wow. Okay. So why are we in Waterdeep? We're in Waterdeep because yesterday I found out I have like 28 champions, which means I'm only 2 away from the 30 champion requirement from Vajra. We do want to make sure this was changed. Like with the new event structure, we're getting to 30 way faster, and it threw me off. I should have prepared for it, and I didn't. So we're going to dip over here. We're going to try to get 15 adventures done. I think it's adventures or variants. It might just be adventures. I don't know. In Waterdeep Dragon Heist, because Vajra will give us another time gate piece every week. And that's worth it. That's worth it. So we are going to... This is a whole different formation layout than what we're used to. We're going to go same kind of trying to get, as many gold find people out here as possible to start the adventure off with. I'm not putting anything into click damage because I have a fire breath potion running. And we're just going to rock and roll as far as we can go. I know it's only 50 to complete this, but we need favor. So we're going to have to go. We're going to get as much favor as we can here. Hello, Dance Lover, Delcoon, Niskiz, Oceanmon, Bard's Forge, Raflin, Jorthonis. Hello. Yeah, that time gate piece helps us out a lot, too, because now we've got the 3 that we need for Wednesday, and we've got 6 more to get Human. So this is what I'm saying. Like we really need to get this Waterdeep stuff. I should have done it before. I did a bunch of tomb stuff. We were working towards Azaka. Should have been in Waterdeep. Didn't realize, because this is a whole new event system. It didn't process for me that I should have been prepping Vajra, because we're getting there much quicker than before. We got an ad break coming in about a minute, folks. But you're not going to miss a whole lot, since we're just kind of cruising along. But trying to... Oh, another game client open over here. I got to get set up to then ignore. I got to set it up so I can ignore it, because that's how games work. Right? That's how games work. Yeah. This over here. And it will do its own thing. All day. Okay. Charlaxle. Go ahead and we don't need to just I'm not even gonna bother. We're at the point in the game where you just gotta build your best formation with who you have. I'm not gonna set this up with starter champions. Because we just have to, it would be inefficient for us anyway, so we're just gonna run who we got as far as we got. I know there's I know it says assign a feat, but I've assigned all the ones that matter. Charisma, I mean, I guess I can assign the charisma, but that doesn't really mean anything. Doesn't really mean anything. Doesn't do anything for him. Hey, Shevik. Hello, Ricardoso. There we go. Now we got the gold find on. So 679% gold find. That's helpful. Hermodron. We're still cruising along. I like that this shows me its progress too. Good. Well, we're like 20% of the way through leveling it up. Okay. We got some event buffs that are going on. So we get ultimate at Briv's ultimate, don't care. Damage all champions, sure. Damage all champions, sure. Archmage's insight, great. Great. Now what we're gonna want. Oh no, we do want Minsk for speed. Can't believe I just said that. They could have used him as. I was thinking there for a second I could put Gale up with Briv and use Gale as a tank. But I chose not to. We can always change that later. We can always change that later. Hey, King Salami. So we're going faster now because I consumed that free speed potion we just got. Mr. By that much. Do I have anything? Oh, we did get a large blacksmithing contract. Nope, I'm holding on to it. I almost spent it. I just remembered we're getting Human next, and I want to start saving blacksmithing contracts for Human. I could pop this spurt chest. This should get me the blue for that green. It does. Good. Unstoppered rot grubs. Nice. The spurt is now 2 epic, 4 blue. 2 epic, 4 rare. 2 purple, 4 blue. There we go. And I need to hit up the combinations channel. Let's get some. Oh wait, this is mine from yesterday. This isn't gonna do anything. Yeah, we already did that. Let's do mine from today. Iron loot slum. Iron loot slum. Okay. I don't know what that means. Also, the newsletters went out finally yesterday. So we got a newsletter chest too. Gold Archmage chest. So Gale, Ashara, Makos, Lae'zel, and Astarion. Well, Gale and Astarion can use gear, so I'm going to pop this. Hopefully it goes to one of them. Astarion, generational wealth. Yes! Yes! I only would have been happier if it had been an epic. See if we can get some fill-in blues from these electrons. No blues. That's okay. It's okay. Hey, Calgaden. Hey, Necronus. All right. So, how am I doing on my progress? So, blues and purples. I need a blue on Regis. That's what we're fishing. One of the things we're fishing for. Blues and purples. I need a blue on Carlock. Blues and purples. I need I need 3 blues on Shandy. Blues and purples. Blues and purples. Okay, so far on this list, I need 5 blues. Yeah, okay. Just gotta keep opening chests. Keep opening chests. But this should be a pretty deep push. We are starting it at 0 favor. But we have a lot of power we're bringing into these pushes now, just from the champions alone. Okay, there's Briv's haste. We should start jumping every now and then. Well, does he have stacks? It's a couple. Okay, a couple. Continue. We are not done. We will be continuing. Raflin, when you unlock the Trials of Mount Tiamat, once you finish the storyline of Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus, it's a storyline progression unlock. It's probably going to be this. At this point, it would have to be that. So you just have to play through the storyline of Baldur's Gate. Yeah. You don't have to do any of the variants. What are we getting? It's like on 120. 120 for her to get her speed functionality going. Oh, wait. So you built Eltrell's Last Stand. Really? Wouldn't show it on this one. Restart your client, Raflin. If you just beat it and it's not showing, restart your client. And then it should show up on the map screen. So it'd be down here beneath time gates. It moves up. The time gate, the banner shrinks, and Trials of Mount Tiamat ends up right here. And that's where you get access to the Mad God. Maybe I should have done. Maybe I should have made Gale the tank. Hold on. We're doing it, folks. Gale tanking. Under illusion spec. Under illusion spec. Gale goes here. Gale goes here and buffs the column behind. Also the column they're in, but we really only care about behind at the moment. There it is. Yeah. So yeah, if it's when you first get there, it's a little finicky. You gotta come back. You gotta like leave the game and come back, or sometimes starting a run and like starting a new run can trigger it, but just restarting your client makes it show up. Evil Metal. Still missing seat 5 champion for Split the Party. Who would be better for me now? Briv. Valentine needs a lot of item levels and isn't going to speed you up at all. Briv needs a lot of item levels, is going to speed you up, and is going to be an amazing tank and survivability feature for your party. Regardless of who else you have in your... Who else you're using? Briv is just huge. Briv is huge. So when you can get Briv, you get Briv. The whole reason I wanted to move that is because to the tank line is because we wanted to get a Starium here. Get a Starium. This needs to be like... Oh gosh. Can we... I don't know if we can do what I want to do. There. It'll be like this. It'll be like this. Who would come out of here? I guess we pull Spurt out. No, we wouldn't pull Spurt out. We pull Minsk out for more gold find. Yeah. Okay, so this would be our starting formation. Anything we've done about a 0 DPS mooch? Don't, please. Look, okay, a couple things just for new play. Because Sir Rob's rolling in, you've been around a little bit, but I want to make something very clear. There are multiple reasons why someone's Trials of Mount Tiamat might show at 0. Not all of them are because they just didn't do anything, like on purpose. One is there's been a long-standing bug in the game that's infrequent, but happens enough that, you know, who knows, where if somebody isn't able to do day 1 of the trials, but then does day 2 through 7 and throws down outrageous stuff, it'll always show a 0. It'll always show 0 on the trial screen. Your assault party damage will change, and what happens is it then changes the damage of everybody else's to be bigger to account for it. That whole screen is just unreliable. 2, there was an infrequent bug for a long time, and I don't know if they ever fixed it, where maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know. Because, you know. Where someone would start a trials run, and like the thing would start, and then they'd press start, but nothing would happen. And no matter how much they reset the game, no matter what support, like, they just wouldn't be able to start a run, period. And so, through no fault of their own, they would be contributing 0 DPS for the whole week. But again, infrequent, hard, you know, nearly impossible to reproduce, and thus nearly impossible to fix. Don't know if it ever got fixed. So that's 2. 3, they could start a run with the full intention of doing it, and then something in real life could happen, and they couldn't come in. Like, for instance, last Father's Day, we had a disaster level storm come through my town and drop a tree on my roof, knocked out. But beyond that, it knocked power out for most of our city, and some people didn't have it back for a week. I mean, I don't know. Like, it sucked, but that's life, and sometimes life sucks. Something could happen that made it so that that person couldn't show up that week. So the fourth thing is, yeah, they could have just hopped in and then just been like, nah, this team's got enough damage. I don't need to do anything. Like, they could have seen that from day 1, been like, oh yeah, we got this. I don't have to do anything. Yeah, maybe they did mooch. But there's 3 other chances. There's 75% chance of the potential things that could have happened before you get to that one that says it could be something else. You really just got to ignore what other people are doing in trials. It doesn't matter. All you do, you go in and you do the best job you can. And some days you carry other people, and some days other people carry you. Or some weeks, I should say. So, yeah. Outside of that, no, there's nothing you can do except move on with your life, because it doesn't matter. Because it doesn't really matter. We're currently like 4-personing our trials runs. And last week, I think we 5-personed, but like only 2 of us had like 5-digit damage contributions, and the others were mid to low 4s. We still beat it. Like, you know, the goal is just doing the best you can, and you know, you can't control anybody else. It's a natural disaster in there, but no, that's not the lesson. Okay, hold on. I'm not leveling up, people. We wanted outflank top. Get generational wealth going, hopefully. At some point, we're going to want a gold find. I want to build out a gold find formation. We're not there yet. Oh no, that isn't where I want them then. That's where I want them. Survivable Priv. Now they tried to do a thing with oh man. Part of me wants the damage here, but I really just think I want the gold find. But this is a gold run. I need boosted gold. This is a favor run. So I'm gonna rely on the power I'm getting from everybody else. And I'm gonna pick my specs for the gold farming group that we're gonna build later. But yeah, so they tried to so originally Trials is currently in 2.0. Like there was initial, 1.0 launch, and then there was a 2.0 version of Trials. And one of the things that they did was like it's actually a fantastic example of how sometimes when you need to fix a problem, you don't listen to your community. I know that sounds odd. But there is a difference. There's a very important difference between what a community sees as a solution and an actual solution to the problem. Because sometimes what the community sees is a symptom of a problem. That's what they're experiencing, is a symptom. And it's your job as a developer to see what they're saying and determine, is this a symptom of the problem or the problem itself? Because you don't want to try to cure a symptom because the underlying problem remains and the cure just isn't going to work. Hey, Bunny Beast. So what happened? No, Sir Rob Sherrill, because you don't know if it's a bug or not. The person that would be having the problem would need to report it as a bug. It's their job, not yours. Again, don't worry about it. Just go on about your business. Unless you're the one that runs into that issue, you just do your thing and move on. So what people, Trials 1.0, the Reddit was filled with, I hate these moochers. Do something about 0 DPS. Blah blah. Punish them. Punish them. Punish them. But here's the thing: punishment is never how to go about. This. Yeah, taking medicine, like taking a painkiller, right? Schwant the man. If you take a painkiller for something, and you're taking it every day, but you never go to see, like, well, why is it hurting, and try to resolve that, like, that's not really how you go about that. That's not how medicine works. So the problem here is people were like, punish them, punish them, punish them, and punishment is not how you fix problems in video games. It's how you fix a problem when there's no other possible solution and you've tried them all, right? So what did the developers do? They sat down and they punished people. There's a part of Trials where if you do 0 damage, like say you're on normal Trials, it's your first trial ever, and you just don't do anything. You hop in a group and you let them carry you. The rest of the group will be able to do tier 2 in Trials the next week. You will not. You did not qualify. You did not beat a tier because you had zero contribution. You don't get to move forward. This was their solution. Well, you can't move forward if you don't do that. But here's the thing, like, that doesn't stop people from doing 0 DPS at Exalted Legend, which is tier 10. You can work your way up and then just sit on a tier and then not do anything. They didn't solve the problem, they solved the symptom of the problem. As odd as it may sound, in my opinion, the problem is the victory bonus for scales. So, or for your rewards, which is just scales. There is a 50% victory bonus for winning, for completing a trial. Which means you are punished if you don't successfully 100% Tiamat. Right? Everyone gets punished. Whereas if you take away the victory bonus and you just give everybody, and you just make the scale rewards a little bigger, or leave them alone or whatever, if you were only to get 95% of the way through Tiamat, you would get 95% of the scales. But but as it stands currently, if you get 95% of the way through Tiamat, you get 95% of this base scales, and you lose that whole 50% bonus. You lose a lot. You lose a lot. They did a fantastic job of making the bonuses scale with the percentage if you don't defeat it. But that 50% victory bonus screwed over the whole system. Because that bonus alone makes it either win or lose. Progress doesn't matter. Win or lose. It's considered an utter failure if you don't 100% her. Whereas it wouldn't be normally. If they got rid of that 50% bonus, if they could just move all of the rewards up 50%, and then you could do your percentage. Like that's one of the things. That's one of the problems. Underlying problem. That's one of them, right? That's a part of the system that is working against players feeling happy with the system. The other thing is there's no motivation outside just, hey, completing, you're going to beat it. There's no motivation to actually participate. You don't need a punishment. You need a motivation. You need a motivation. So, your motivation, and we've talked about this before, in my opinion, should be, if you know you're going to beat it, like let's say that every day sooner that you beat it before 7, that's where you give a bonus. So 7 days, the normal rewards. 6 days, bonus rewards. 5 days, even more bonus rewards. 4 days, even more bonus rewards. This not only encourages participation on everybody's behalf, because you will get more scales, but it encourages you building up power on your account even when you can already beat tier 10, so that you can beat it faster because you'll be rewarded with faster progress. So to me, those would attack the underlying problems with the system, whereas all their changes did, and what any punishment or reporting would do, is just punish people for interacting with a system that that's a problematic system. Now, again, my opinion, take it however you will. But I think that's the bigger issue. When people talk about, we want to punish these players, I'm like, no, you don't. You don't. This is a translation problem. That's what you're telling us the way you feel, and that's great. Players should tell developers the way they feel in constructive ways, not ranting and screaming. Tell a developer how you feel, how a system makes you feel. It's the developer's job to then take that information about the way you feel and figure out how to make you not feel that way. And that isn't always just by punishing some players. It's usually by changing underlying functionality of a system so that it is more enjoyable but for everyone. And that doesn't necessarily mean nerfing things or buffing things or whatever. It could just mean tweaking some things. Like I said, that 50% bonus, take that, get rid of that, just make the rewards 50% bigger. Same system, feels way better. Feels way better. You still want, and I saw your comment, Lydia, and I disagree with you. Your incentive to actually clear the trial is all the extra scales you get by clearing the trial. Like, you still want to clear the trial because you want all the scales. The goal then is just to earn as many scales as possible, which is the whole point of joining trials. And then I think the second part of that is, again, I think a reward for doing it faster. A reward for doing it faster. But yeah, that's something that you kind of had to take into account. Like, it's not, but zero, like, again, bugs aside, and I did say there are multiple bugs that, and there's just real life reasons. There's a real life reason and two different bugs that we don't even know if they're fixed, that could possibly be causing 0 DPS to show up. So you want to casting those aside, because that's a whole different issue that needs to be fixed. You want to encourage people to actively participate to their best in trials. And the system doesn't currently do that. And Arth, would you try to get all the global blessings from a campaign before moving to the next? No. And I only say no because of Sword Coast. All you really care about in Sword Coast is getting tier 2, and then you bounce and you go to Tomb of Annihilation. Because the rest of these don't really matter, and when you're brand new, trying to get all of this in Sword Coast scales up pretty hard. You don't want to spend your time there. You can come over to Tomb of Annihilation. Now, in Tomb of Annihilation, it's a very snowbally campaign. It's the easiest campaign. You should just be able to rock all through all the globals. But then you don't necessarily need all the locals. Like, I won't do another favor push here for this. Don't care about it at all. At some point in the distant future, I might come back for it, but I was able to easily get this. And now that I'm over here, whatever I get on my way through here, I'll get, but I don't necessarily care about maxing it out. At some point, I will come back over here. Now that I have way more power, I could do a run and probably max Sword Coast out, but it would have been a grind at the beginning. So, there's a balance. Definitely with Sword Coast, you don't need to worry about it right away. Come back to it later. But with the others, it should be pretty easy to get through Tomb and Waterdeep maxed. Beyond that, it becomes much more difficult. You need a lot more. You need a lot more just overall account power. It isn't even about favor at that point. Yeah. My opinion, there should be some individual personal score. I don't know what REW means. REW, maybe. So like some of us play another game called Raid Shadow Legends, and they have what they call like clan boss, also Hydra, and in that there's a group reward for meeting certain tiers, but then there's also tiers of rewards based off your personal contribution. I don't mind that. I wouldn't mind adding that as another layer. I'm not sure how that would work in this game, especially in a rework where, like, is it just a scale multiplier? Maybe. Personal contribution. I could see personal contribution being part of that. I just think the system I think the other things need to change about the system first. And then you could have personal contribution levels. I think, I don't think I think it's 0. Well, 0. I think, yeah, you can make a minimum. You just wouldn't get anything at 0, right? And then you could make tiers through the, like, if you do very little damage in raid, you get nothing. You might help your team, like your clan, complete it, but you wouldn't get any rewards. That feels bad. But yeah. I also feel like players that don't clear the trial should, as a team, figure out why and try again. But you're not teams. You're individuals. If you're in a pre-made, sure, you can do that. But not everybody's in a pre-made. You can't figure it out as a team. There's no in-game chat. That's why I say just do your job and move on. It's really just about you. As long as you're doing the best you can't control other people. The system has to control other people. But yeah. If the failure has no sting or missed opportunity cost, then there's no risk to the system. There shouldn't be. Why do you think there has to be a risk? This isn't that game. This isn't that kind of game, and it never has been. You lose nothing when you try things in Idle Champions, except in trials. And it used to be except in events. You used to get punished for events. All right, we're on an ad break. I'm going to pause because this is important to think about. I get that some games punish you, but Idle Champions, for the most part, does not. We'll come back to that in a minute. So we're kind of slowing down a little bit because this formation was just built off Gold Find, a combination of speed and Gold Find. It's not necessarily a pushing formation. It's also not necessarily a Gold Find formation. It's kind of a hybrid, just to start off and get us as quickly as possible, moving forward as quickly as possible. We'll have to switch this to a pushing formation soon. We'll also have to build a Gold Find formation, and then we'll toggle back and forth between them. But let's finish this conversation first. Well, we also want to start killing Spurt. Okay, I think we're all back. So let me pick this up again. Sir Moz, thank you for your tier 1 sub. Much appreciated. So, if failure has no sting or missed opportunity cost, then there's no risk to the system. The system already has one... Like, Idle Champions is a very forgiving game, and that's what makes, in my opinion, what makes it a really great game. It encourages you to try things with very little risk. The old event system used to have a punishment, and that was if you tried a variant and you failed, you lost the tokens. Trials has a major punishment, right? That 50% bonus. But the rest of the game does not. Everything has a time cost. Everything in Idle Champions has a time cost. You always lose time. But again, you're not racing anyone. You're not. So whatever. And any potions you invest, I mean, again, there's a learning curve to this game about when and when not to use potions. Yeah. So time equal, potions equal, as far as I'm concerned. Your punishment is if you try something and then and you're actively punished. And in this game, Trials is the only system left that actively punishes you for failing something. And that active punishment is the loss of those tokens. There's no reason for it to exist. We should be encouraging people to try things out. That's what this game is about. It encourages you to try. A lot of times people think that they shouldn't. They feel discouraged. They don't want to try split the party. They think they won't be able to do it. They're being punished because of their own insecurities about trying to do it. That's why I try to push all the time. The moment you can split the party, you can do it. Do it. And if you want to try something, try it. Yeah, you lose time, but you gain knowledge, right? You're gaining something. At the very least, you're gaining knowledge, but you could also be gaining lots of other things. And in Trials, you're actively gaining a percentage of those scales. That system is already in the game. It already scales rewards based off your completion percentage. So you shouldn't be punished by trying to do the next higher tier in Trials. You should want to do it. There's nothing in the game that can help you know one way or the other. You're just supposed to try it. That's how the game works. That the whole game is designed around trying it, failing, learning from your mistake, trying again. And even Trials, if you fail a day, like if you try to go to do day 1 and you don't meet the goal, you're not punished. It used to punish you hard there too by automatically moving you to day 2 with a higher goal. Well, now it keeps you on the day 1 goal. And you get to try it again. And you could go 2, 3, and then fail on 3, and then it keeps you on 3 the next day, and you get to try it again. Like, they've built this as a forgiving system and a forgiving game, except in these very unique instances, and those instances then stand out as very painful, and people complain. I feel like unknowingly complaining, and because they don't realize that the rest of the game is actually super supportive and helpful and wants to walk you through things. I also feel like there should be more robust tools for looking for group. There already is a robust tool. It's you make a thing and there's a whole list and you just go join one. Beyond that, you don't need anything else because you can't chat with people and you never should be able to. They do not have the employees or even, I think, even the know-how to build a chat system that lets you report and moderate, because you can't have a chat system in a game if you can't hold people accountable for things they're saying. You can't. It's not okay. It's unacceptable. I don't like it in Raid, but Raid has a huge filter. Even then, I think there's probably some ways to get around the filter and be an absolute jerk. But again, I come from a community management perspective. That's just a big no-no. It's a big no-no. And you got to remember, this is a casual game. As hardcore as some people play it, this is a casual game. And you have to respect that with the design. It's a shame there's no system of forming stable groups within the game. There shouldn't be a need to. I get where you're going, but again, there shouldn't be a need to. If the game properly rewards, encourages, and teaches, there's no need for you to form pre-mades. 50% loss of scales is huge, man. The sting is minimal. That's not minimal. We were just talking about this earlier. What do you get? That's 5 at Exalted Legend. I mean, it depends on where you're at, but still, Exalted Legend. So the top tier, that's over 5,000 scales. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. Yeah, your MMO brain is leaking through Isle Champions. MMOs are hardcore. There's no such thing as I don't know. There's probably somebody that tries to say they have a casual MMO, but it's probably not what most people would consider an MMO in that case. Yeah, MMOs are very hardcore. They're very min-max. There's layers upon layers of tools in the game, and then they're not going to fully support everything correctly, right? But that's why usually there's mods, right? Like you can mod the game and stuff. Not always, but a lot of times. That's a whole different, it's a whole different thing. Believe me, I spent years and years playing MMOs and talking to game developers of MMOs and about all this kind of stuff. And this is a vastly different beast. Losing half of something is minor to you? I don't know. Or losing a 50% bonus, that's a big bonus. A big bonus. I mean, if you lost, so this normally it would be, if we look at it as a total, you lost a third. You lost a third of what should have been your reward. A third of it. So imagine your Briv gem farm got chopped into down by a third, after just because, right? A third of the gems that you're earning per day. It's a lot. It's a lot. For that week, you lost a third. I don't know how to break this down to you. The third is a big deal. Go talk to the people in. I don't know. Whatever. If you don't see it, if you don't care, that's fine. You're already. It's because you're walking to I feel like it's because you walked to 2001 pretty easily, right? But people that aren't just focusing hyper on one formation are trying to build broad formations. The third is a lot. That's a lot of legendary power for other champions. But at the end of the day, Why wouldn't you want the system to be better? There's the thing. You're arguing from your perspective, and but but why argue? Why, when the system could be better than what it is now? When everything I'm talking about would just make the system more enjoyable for everyone, including you. Including you. Right? Because what all the things I'm talking about are designed around removing that 0 DPS player, because everybody's going to want to participate. It's encouraging people to participate as much as possible. And that would help literally everyone out. And then you wouldn't need grouping systems, because everybody would be going in like trying to do their very best to get as many rewards as possible, right? I let formation safe scare me away from a lesson in classes. By the time I tried it, I pushed well past the goal zone. Yeah. Them referring to it as like everybody, oh my God, this is the most asked one, and oh, this is super difficult. No, it's really not. Just some people just don't process that very well and wanted somebody to hand them a formation for it. Yeah, Trials is definitely one of the trickier things, because it gives you an external outlet for the frustration of failure, which is unfortunately other human beings playing the game. Yeah. It is. They added toxicity to their game by making a group raid. Just like this game didn't have a lot of toxicity, but it definitely added a layer of it. If they tried to add a PvP functionality to this, that would add a whole other gigantic layer, right? Whenever something fails and you can blame another person, you do. As a human being, that's just kind of the way it works. So yeah, they could have gotten away from all of that if you just joined and it didn't show your names. If it just said player 1, 2, 3, 4 and then had your name, that would have been that's another way to help this, because then you can't name and shame people publicly, which you should never be able to do, which they delete, but you should never be able to do it in the first place. Head on, trying to get all my event champs for the current event to blue, purple instead of dumping chests into one like category. Basically, you want to do kind of what I did here, which is you can see like I basically tried to get them to blue, and along the way I happened to get a couple purples, and that was great. But you're shooting for, like, a normal outcome would be 5 blue, 1 purple. And so if you do their variants, all of their variants are open their gold chests, and they don't have all their blues, well, then what I've been doing is then I go in and buy a chest pack for that specific champion to try to get them to just blues and purples, because that's kind of the goal, right? You don't have to overload anyone in this event. No one's super there are people who will definitely take lots of item levels, but there's no one like in the last event with Briv, where you basically wanted to put everything on Briv. Food break. I already ate, and I got food in the. You know what I need to do after we beat this level? I need to build an actual pushing formation. This is not it. Okay, got through it. All right. So this was my starting formation for Waterdeep, and it's a combination of speed champions and gold find. So now we need to. I'm going to put all these out here. Now I need to build pushing formation. We're still going to do Gale and Briv up front. But now we're going Crawl, Pilfer. We're going to go Penelope, Half Pint. Wait. Crawl, Pilfer. We want Caddy Bree. And we're doing Piercing Arrow. Okay, we're going to do Astarion. He's an outflank top. What else we got? We got our Regis, who is in forward melee, and he's in forward melee because Karlach is our DPS. So we're going to have Karlach, DPS, and outflank top, so we want to put her up here with Astarion. Astarion is born. We're going to want some Spurt in. So Spurt's back here with 2 range, going to buff Carlock. No, none of that matters. We could go Makos or Dark Urge. Obviously, that means we're going to do Makos. Yeah, that's adjacent. Okay. And we've got Penelope surrounded by people to work on her attack stacks. All right. So now I can check Penelope's numbers. 4s versus 10. The 10's probably going to... I'm pretty sure 4 of this is not enough to surpass 10 of the other. That's not my calculator. Garnor, open up your calculator. So 227.1 is 3.271 to the 4th. That's 114.48. Yeah. So 106 is 2.06 to the 10th. And that's a 1,376. Yeah, that's way better. Okay. And then I'm doing Fury of the Fireflies. That's her pushing power spec. Then we can move this back down here again to smash that. Hammer. For a second, I'm going to move it over here because we're working on the ultimate thing for her. Now we got more than enough power, so I'm going to make this push. Okay. Now, we're going to go back because we're not done. But wait, there's more. We want gold find. Empty this party. Gold find. This doesn't, and it doesn't matter where they're placed at all. Gold find. Oh wait, we're just gonna have him here with tanks. We need the tanks. Gold find. Okay. Boom. And this is Dirty Farm. This is our Dirty Gold Farm. All right. So now we can hotkey in and out off of Bud Spikes because we got a Fire Breath Potion going. Okay, so we're going to set a high Bud here. We got to clear E90s. We're going to get a Bud in the E90s, and then we should be good there. And now we can switch over and just basically hoover up lots of gold. More gold than we would have normally made. Like, see, we're at 4. We're in the EO8 range for gold find, but on our pushing group, we're only in EO6. So 2 orders of magnitude better. I'll have a cream egg in a bit, but I had churros not too long ago with lunch, though. All right. And then, out of all of this, we're gonna target again. We're into efficient leveling. Target what we can. Just gonna push as far as we can. What are we up to? E10 favor already, folks. Sure. Oh, got a gold chest off that guy. Nice. I'd split the party 1 to be quite easy. I just added my worst champs. Oh, God. As I needed them and built around what I wanted my ending for. No, that doesn't. You got lucky, Rafflin. Here's the thing about split the party. You don't know who you're going to lose. I mean, well, if you got Bruner in, he's going to stay. But you don't know who you're going to lose. So when you put your bad champions in, you actually could end up with all your bad champions. You got to be careful with that. You got lucky. Glad you finished it, but yeah, that's not a. Ooh. Hey, Minka. Oh, Bruno for Regis Hall Golf. No, it's not enough. No, everybody else there is more important than that. Far more important. Plus, we need a tank. Plus, we need. Well, I guess we don't need a tank, and don't need a tank when we're in the gold find group. But here's the thing. So, Bounty the Hall. It's for each Mithril Hall stack you have. Let me see. I don't think. Does he have? Do I have the feat for that? I don't. So all I would be able to contribute is from the feat, because I don't think I can actually level him up high enough. Well, maybe I can. To trigger, maybe he's not. Maybe he's giving one now. It's way down here. King of the Hall. He gets one stack. It'll be one. There'll be one more gold find on Bounty the Hall. I mean, it does stack multiplicatively. We can do it. We can do it. It's really not. It's not a whole lot, but I guess it's better than nothing. We need a better option than Brunar. He'd be the first to get chucked out of this party for gold find reasons. I'm curious how they intend to remake Trials. They've talked about a lot of things in that regard. So some of the things that they've commented on is that and who knows what'll make it. I'm going to be clear. Who knows what'll make it into the actual rework. They've said they like to get rid of the jury. So your assault party, gone. No more sending someone away for a week. And thus no more, I guess, I don't know if they'll move those buffs somewhere else or if they just go away. I don't think they're integral to the game. They made things easier, but they aren't required. No more Bahamut chests, and thus nothing that comes out of them. The scrolls were garbage in the first place. You needed them early and didn't have them, and then later you didn't need them and had them. So, you know, whatever. And nobody likes the vials, right? Which would mean potentially getting rid of any vial requirements, and you just do your trial every week, which makes way more sense. What else have they talked about? I think those are the main parts. No more assault party, no more Bahamut chests. And then as far as legendaries, obviously the conversation has been around shifting it from item-based effects to either a slot-based effect or a role-based effect. So that you never have to think about dismantles ever again. So yeah, I mean, I'm down for all of that personally. I know people would probably be maybe a little frustrated at losing like their, well, I maxed out Paulton. I put so many item loves in Paulton so I could, well, okay, and you got the reward from that for a very long time. Time to move on. Time to move on. But yeah, so until it actually comes out, we don't know. We don't know. Oh, and that's the other thing about legendaries that would change is you would no longer spend favor on legendaries. It would still have, you would still have to meet favor thresholds to up legendary. But who knows? Actually, now that they're talking about changing that, who knows if that stays, right? Like, I think the legendary system is completely up in the air and able to be reworked from the ground up. So, yeah, it sounds like it. So, who knows what ultimately it might end up being and looking like at this point. Forge rework would come with the Trials rework. I think they do it all at the same time. So, and it doesn't sound like it's going to happen anytime soon. Like, I honestly at this point, I wouldn't even expect it this year. I am managing my expectations. I expect it to be next year. If I'm wrong, great. Fantastic. But if I'm right, then I'm not upset, like I was with collections when it arrived an entire year later. So if you're not paying attention, folks, I am hot swapping between my formation 2 and formation 3. I'm just getting enough damage for Fire Breath to kill things instantly like this. When I do, I switch to the Gold Find party. When I don't have it, I switch back over here and I hit things real hard. That. I want to be clear, that slow removal of health, that's from Fire Breath potions. That's not how champions work. Champions remove massive chunks. Fire Breath promotions do little itty bits a bit of damage. The longest time I thought legendaries were capped at level 10. No idea why I thought that. That's because that's where it should have been capped. That's where it made sense to. Yeah, Dritz isn't adding a stack. I just don't have the feats, which is where you get a lot of stuff. You get way more, like there's feats with like 2 Mithril Hall stacks. Gaten Bruno has a shield. That means he tanks, right? I feel like I'm being baited. He's what's called a bruiser in this game, which isn't a thing. They tried to experiment with bruisers, and the experiment failed. They just really never tried to support it after that. Is the reality. So no, he's not a tank. He doesn't have a tank. He doesn't have the tank roll. But that's the key. He doesn't have the tank roll. Visually, it doesn't matter. You know, they talk about that monkey house like, well, we like to make things weak when we start off and then go up. And it's like, no, you don't. Liars. Liar, liar, pants on fire. That may be your goal, but that doesn't mean you do it. Come on. How many conversations do we need to have about things you put in the game that started out way too strong and then you just never wanted to cap? Like, come on. Quit pulling my leg. Explain the overwhelmed feat then. It's part of the bruiser. It's part of their bruiser. Again, there's nothing in the game to tell you who is or isn't a bruiser. It was this thing that they experimented with when they did the shielding, healing, and tanking update. They changed people into squishies, bruisers, and tanks. Bruner is one of the few left that still is kind of set as a bruiser. It just means they have a higher than normal health, like starting health, and they might have an overwhelm feat. So you can, like Jamila, you can place them in the tank line, but she's not a tank. She's a DPS. Their role determines their functionality, not their feats, unless their feat changes their role, which it doesn't. Well, Justin's yes but no is how he answered every question. Do you think Idle Champions is a bad game? Yeah, no. Like, that's just how he answers everything. Yeah. No. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah. I'll think about it. Like, he just does that. That's his mannerism. But yeah, you can place because Brunor is the tutorial dwarf, and you don't get a tank until slot 3. Brunner has to be able to survive some damage in the tutorial alone, while also doing damage in the tutorial. Brunner is just this weird champion, like increase the damage of Brunner by 100% for each adjacent champion. He's not a DPS. But in the tutorial, he has to do DPS. So there's things that are here that are specifically just about He's got a real simple kit. They're just about that, and the overwhelm feat is kind of one of them. It's weird. Again, he's not a tank. He's a bruiser, but bruisers don't get it. Bruisers aren't a thing. Barrowen used to be a bruiser, and then they just made her a tank, like she should have been the whole time. But Brunor and Jamila are going to forever be invisible bruisers because they're never going to get reworked. Well, Monkey House, there's a reason. Oh, we're in an ad break. I'll answer this when I come back. There's a reason for the Jang Sao thing. It's not the same reason that other things need and should have a cap or already have one. The E10 gold find. Another breakpoint for it. That's good. Almost to E11. Let's look at our. This is going to be Waterdeep. We're going to have E13 or more, which means we could buy up to E11. So we can get tier 2 globals. So double damage off this one run. And increased gold dropped by humanoid enemies everywhere. Just won't be able to get slow and steady, which is fine. This is based off epic equipment. Yeah. I don't care about the rest of those, so it'll be good. All right, so the inverse, where they set some ridiculous multi-billion cap for Jang Sao stars rather than making it just a sensible thing from the start. That cap is not. That cap is there to prevent the game breaking numerically. People broke their game with Zorbu. They bricked their game by rolling Zorbu over this weird mathematical number at the top. That Jang Sao cap is there for the same reason. It's to prevent the game from breaking. It's not to be a target that you're to shoot for. It's there to prevent bad things happening. I'm not leveling up very efficiently, but I feel like in a way I don't care that I'm not leveling up efficiently because we're still getting so much gold. But I should care. I really should. But I don't. We're doing great. And I really want to push this. I really want to push this far because we spent epic potions on this. So we want to get as much bang for our buck as we can get. We're not even to the point where I haven't even been hitting the soul coin for Carlock. So it's out here about halfway to that. Bird again like we did last summer. Am I doing Tina? No. There's a mysterious summons. This is Waterdeep. This is the first adventure in Waterdeep. Zorbu Girl, Civ Gandhi, Nuka. No, the game, you literally couldn't play the game. It literally what I think it was he couldn't use Zorbu. Like he rolled over a certain number and he did 0 damage. Is I think what happened. I don't think the whole game was bricked. But if you were a Zorbu main, your game effectively was bricked because you no longer had a Zorbu. You no longer had a Zorbu. Oh yeah, the formation layout is the formation layout from Trials. I think it's the same layout. Similar, if not exactly the same. I think it's the same. I think it's the same layout because I think when we were alpha testing it, I was like, oh, I bet this is just a placeholder formation. And is it different? Okay. Is it different? Slightly different. 2242, yeah. That's right. Similar. I think it was. I think we had a placeholder formation when we first started, and then it switched. I get too many versions of Idle Champions in my head at times. Oh, we got a gold chest, and we got an electrum from a code. Give me a blue. Give me a purple. I asked. They didn't give. They want to give it to me. They want to give it to me. I was a little rude, to be fair. I didn't ask politely. All right, Lediath. Have a good day. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, I need to actually be proper. 1280. Oh, and I can do that one. Not enough. 1220. 1300 and 1370. Yeah, I can do both of those. Oh, and I can do that. And I can do that one. Wow. All right. Spurs. 1050. 1050. And what's after 1050? 1090 and 1100. Okay, we can get to 1100. Awesome. Briv. 675. So, Patty Bree. 1490 and 1520. Jeez. Yeah, I didn't even get there. Okay. We will. Just gotta get some gold fund going. There we go. Now we got there. Gotta refill our stockpile of gold real quick. Okay. Makos, 142.10. You can get there. After 210. 240. Alright, we're a ways off. Close. This one. There it is. Alright. Cool. We've got a couple more. Wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. So Xerxes isn't great for Willy Wonka? Oh, probably not. Xerxes is. I mean, that's the one with the person in the middle, right? That screws up a lot of things. Do me a favor and pay attention to completion rewards. Completed the 4th adventure in Waterdeep. It gave me the complete 15 adventures or variants of Waterdeep. What? Yeah, just submit a ticket for that. That's weird. Yeah, I mean, if it pops up, I'll submit a ticket too. Well, Monkey House, Willy Wonka is ridiculous. It should be putting out bigger numbers than that. With lurking riders formation or item levels, should be just outrageous. Yeah, when we get there, I mean, obviously we're not racing through them because deep favor push to start. Well, not super deep, but I mean it kind of is. E14. I mean, 400 levels is pretty deep for my very first run. What I was looking at, hate that. So, filter. Spurt! Splat. There we go. Spurt, go splat. Not familiar with the Wonka term. That it's nerds and will. It's nerds and will. So there's this interaction with nerds and will where nerds is actually, even though they designed nerds to be a bad champion on purpose, nerds is actually the best DPS to use with will because nerds can get all 4 of will's folk hero stacks. You can build a formation, a strong formation around nerds that gives will all 4 of his stacks. And will at 4 stacks, multiplicative stacks for folk hero is, yeah, it's a baby did a bad thing. It's real bad. I mean in the sense that it's real good. So yeah, and the more item levels you have, obviously the better it's going to get. So anybody with a lot of item levels is gonna it's nerds is it becomes then a problem. Nerds then becomes a problem, balance wise. It isn't a thing I ever thought I'd say, but it's never a thing that Justin thought he'd say either. Yeah, E63 folk hero on nerds. Wow. I don't know if anybody's written a guide for it. If they have, let me know. It's just they did it. Mars and Sean did it on stream, and there may be some information in the official Discord. But I don't know if anybody's made a Reddit post. That's what I consider a guide. Posting on Reddit or on Steam. That's written guides. I like written guides, not just a VOD that shows it. Yeah, we're slowing down. We are definitely slowing down. All right, hold on. What we got? 960. I'm going to do this in reverse. 1480. No, we're nowhere near that. We can get 240. 1670. Nope. Had to buy in to see. 735. We can get there. $1,400. Cool. 50. But how much? Oh, 1480. Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, we're at the point where we're not necessarily able to spike as easily. Should still be able to do it. It's just not as easy. Relying more on ultimates, the debuffs, and the stacking things. The kobolds only voices on the particles. Oh, yeah. They just didn't cut the kobolds out of the instrumental. Arguably, you can say that someone was using cobalt as instruments, but I maxed out Penelope's gold finding. No, even yesterday when I was trying, I was trying to like, oh, let's see if I can get. I think we got her 1,000,000 stacks. I think we cleared 1,000,000 stacks, and she had some serious gold find. I was like, oh, this is great, but 1,000,000,000? No, we're nowhere near that. But she doesn't keep it. You know, you got to do it on every run. You got to redo it on every run. So. I haven't been able to level up Carlock at all lately. Fine. That's the flat. Hold on. I'm gonna sit right here for a second. The more we get of Sanguine Hunger, the more damage we're gonna do. Try to spike up a bit. Oh, okay. Well, no, we spiked. We spiked. Yeah, I would be more tempted to max it out on my main account when doing like a forge run. Not so much on this account. Ooh, more gold mine. E131? What? Use penny as an alternative? Well, what we do is nowadays, instead of the alternative to Azaka farming, is what we call dirty farming. That's what this formation is. The second one that I keep switching to. So when I get a high bud, I have a fire breath potion running, and so when I really spike my bud, I start killing with the fire breath potion, and then I hot swap over to the gold find formation, and basically hoover up a bunch of gold because my gold find now shot up to E11 from E08, right? So with the right kind of gold farming formation, this is more than enough to get you some serious gains without necessarily needing to Azaka farm. Azaka will still go further for you unless you happen to get a 40 stack crawl, but a 40 stack crawl doing the dirty farming is probably near impossible just because of the nature of it. Whereas a 40 stack pilfer with Azaka farming is the largest gold find in the game. So you're just choosing. Am I gonna do some easy, dirty gold farming, just grab what I can, or are you gonna really work for it and get a better reward? You can work for it. I think Penelope's gold find is probably getting you closer, but Krull is astronomically huge. The more item levels you have in Krull, the worse it gets. I mean, the more distance he builds between you because multiplicatively stacking. It's always going to be that way with multiplicatively stacking stuff. Well, you can use Krull with Penelope, but Krull can't get 40 stacks doing dirty gold farming. You're killing things too quickly. There's no build up. There's no real chance for it to get to 40. Yeah, and then the super lazy way is you just have Penelope in. But that's just pushing. I'm just deep pushing. That's not favor farming. There's a difference. Oh, dang it. Why does it do that? If this isn't swapping a formation out, why is it changing? Give me those incremental upgrades. It's so you can't. So as quickly as I'm seeing, I want you to watch the stacks that are building here. Like there's a 10. Even if that 10 were to transfer somewhere, it transfers as a new plague. Uh, you would have to, well, it transfers in, and if you wanted multiple instances, usually when you get a second instance, it starts the timer ticking. So if you killed somebody, the most likely what's happening is it's then instantly killing the next thing, and you wouldn't necessarily wouldn't be able to ramp up to 40 in the same way. If you can get it to and show me a screenshot, great. Well, a screenshot wouldn't matter. But the point is it's like the chance of, it's like the chance of getting a 40 before you have both the feats. It's just super low. Whereas I can guarantee it. I can make it happen with Azaka gold farming. I can force it. I can force it to work. Um, yeah. I don't know. Because 40 stack pilfer in Azaka farming isn't random. I can there's ways to just force it to happen. As long as you got both the feats. You can, well, I shouldn't say force it, but well, it's kind of forcing it. I can ensure that it happens. I just can't tell you how long it's going to take. But it's way better than most things. I spent a lot of time perfecting my Azaka farming. Well, but why would I just want Krull Penelope? That's a waste. You want as much gold find as possible, like this. This is all here for gold find, except for Briv. I don't have a gold find swap for Briv. But you just said. Okay, no. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. You're if someone's, how do I don't understand? If you're just doing a gold find formation, nothing should be dying. Yeah, you do have to spell it all out because because you're telling me you're killing things with a gold find formation at your wall, and I don't think you are. And yeah, you do have to spell it out because words matter. Um, because otherwise, I'm making presumptions. With Krull's ultimate doesn't mean anything if you have no bud, and if you, I mean, you're. I don't think you're at your wall. The Bard's Forge. I don't think you're at your wall. You can't long post because it's Twitch chat. I don't know what to tell you there. So you can break your post up into multiple posts. But if you're able to kill with a gold find formation with someone's ultimate, like, then you're not at your wall. This is what's confusing me. There's something about this that is not making sense. When you're saying take a pushing formation, swap to a gold farm. Well, I can't swap to a gold farm if I'm tanking enemies. So are you manually swapping people over and removing from it? Like I don't, I don't know. I don't know. But you'd have to build up 10 pilfer stacks on everyone to get a chance at getting 40 when you kill one. It's still, yeah, I don't know. That's an incredible amount of work if that's if you have to manually swap everyone. I guess if whoever you have in your pushing formation has a group knockback, that might work. What are we up to anyway? E16. Has it been worth it to get that extra EO3? Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's taken that long. With this speed potion, we're being pretty efficient. Pretty efficient. Not amazingly efficient, but pretty efficient. My DPS, Carlock. No surprise stream tomorrow. I have to upload stuff to YouTube, so that's going to be all my day. Yeah, the point of dirty farming is to get more gold than normal, without all the work that goes into, you know, trying to get 40 stacks for an Azaka. The idea is with Azaka farming is you're setting up an enemy that you can just bully for its lunch money over and over and over again. So taking the time to build a 40 stack and then not killing it is the idea. You don't want it to die at that point, because it'll give you all its gold without dying. And so we use dirty farming because it's this halfway point between a normal pushing formation and an Azaka formation. And halfway is amazing, like we're showing here. First run, E16, sure. Well, you're taking hits at your wall because that's going to raise your bud. Right? Could be. Yeah. We need to do an actual spike. Let's do an actual solid spike here. We're gonna get up. Then I don't have to mess with this as much. We're gonna work on 100 rage, and stack up well fed 5 times, and then we'll drop. We'll hit Regis's and drop the hammer if everything isn't already done. We'll hit Regis. We've got one E150 already, and we're not even not even close to max. Why is this max 50? I hit the. It didn't credit my. I burned my soul coin. It didn't give me credit for it, folks. What the hell? How dare? How dare they? I didn't kill the boss. I wasn't even on the boss level. If I'd killed the boss, it would have moved us forward a level. Like, I didn't kill the boss. I was turned off. I know what I did. I turned off auto progress on the area before the boss level, hit the coin, and it didn't raise my max to 100. So the ultimate just didn't trigger. It happens sometimes in this game. The warm my bud so Kroll can actually have time to spread plagues. There's no point in... I don't think you're at your wall. Or, well, I don't know that it matters. There's a... So the way you do... Okay, let me, when the ad breaks, I'll explain... I'll do an Azaka farming tutorial, even though I don't have Azaka. Well, I will talk through how to set up Azaka. Done it so many times, I don't need Azaka to do it. I'll get another coin, but I have to wait for the cooldown timer, which is 10.5 minutes of game time. Oh, no, yeah. No, you don't Azaka farm at 2,000. There's the rub. I mean, I guess you can. That would be... If you're getting to 2,000, don't be greedy. Just dirty gold farming. That's my advice. You're already super privileged. Okay, let's do this again. Oh, we can't. We're 5 minutes out. Well, we can do this part of it. I love that I'm tanking with Gale. Ooh, here's a 20 stack. It's on its way to 20 stack. Can we get it any more? Can we get it any more? It's 20 stacks. It's useless. We're so far below the gold find from the other party that, yeah, we're not going to get anything from it. But we did it. Yay. No, spiked up a bunch again. I'll get rid of these. Yeah. Well fed. Farlock damage. We got 5 stacks in it. Next one. Next one will max well fed. Yeah, to properly Azaka, well, I wouldn't even say to properly Azaka farm you need to be below 1950. I just don't know if you can get to 2,000. Like, why? Why? I guess. Why bother? Okay, now I can get my coin. There. Now we'll work our way up to 100. Yeah, I'll be honest, I never try to favor farm in trials. I guess I'd get more multipliers. My fortune's favor be higher. I mean, if I really cared about all those conversions, I would. But I guess I feel like I don't know. I mean, the favor doesn't feel like what's. If I were trying to get to like Lego 20, I'd need it. Yeah, and rack doesn't have alt cooldown that way. Not anymore. It's in 5 minutes. Well, I don't go. Well, I don't know. I just dirty farm at 2001. I guess I don't. Yes, actually, I haven't dirty farm in trials yet. I should make that. Okay. All right, what are we getting? E178 DPS without the spurt hammer. Let's bring the hammer down. E185. Yeah, let's do that. Let's ride that for a little while. No, I'm not gonna do that. Doing that for a little while. You know what? We're gonna do the hour gold mine potion though. E17 favor on our first run, folks. So far. So far. That's fantastic. Where can we go here? 1720. Yeah, the Bard's Forge, you're not actually at your wall. That's just a more time-intensive form of dirty farming, and I don't know that it's worth the time. If you can hand, because your bud decays, and if you can still kill something with an ult after building up lots of crawl stacks, then you're nowhere near your wall, and that's what was confusing me. And so if you're not near your wall and you're just on your way to your wall, dirty farming is just going to be a better situation. You don't have to worry about crawl. I've got crawl, and I'm not worrying about what building up his stacks. I'm just soaking up whatever I get. I think that's more what I was having an issue with. Is it just didn't make any sense to me because to me, if you're firing off your ultimate to clear things, then you're not near your wall. Oh, I haven't bothered with Morgane in a very long time, and I don't know if I will, to be honest. She just doesn't scale well with her permanent stacking thing. Okay, so all of this favor is going to let us fly through, hopefully, just absolutely demolish Waterdeep. Meaning we should be able to just click through everything. So our only limiting factor really is going to be time, right? We need to complete 15 adventures in Waterdeep. The highest area goal we're going to need to complete is like 225, I think. 15 in is 225. So yeah, shouldn't be a problem at all. How many time gates? You mean time gate pieces? I have 9. That's why. I mean, we're I'm going to be able to time gate for Human and pick up Human, which is going to put me at 29 champions, and 30 would be next Wednesday's champion drop, which is why we're trying to start working on Vajra stuff. We did it too late. I didn't do it efficiently, but I know better now, and I will put better information in my guide. So yeah. I'm gonna have to change. My new player guide is going to change quite a bit because of this, because of events 2.0. And I wouldn't have known that had we not done this. So where is his next? Seriously. They just stripped him of all gold fine from 1100 up until I think like 1800 or something. It's ridiculous. Nothing for her. Nothing for him either. Wow. Who is Morgane? That's a good question. Morgane is an Acquisitions Incorporated champion. She's an incredibly flexible support champion. Unfortunately, she has a permanent stacking ability based off how much you've gold, like permanently stacking off how much gold you've earned all time, like with her in the formation. It really only matters to put her in when you're doing high gold farming, like Azaka farm during part of an Azaka farm, or now during dirty farming, because otherwise it isn't going to get you anything. Look at that! Look at that pilfer stack build out. Didn't matter. Didn't matter. Dirty farming does make watching pilfer stacks build up really underwhelming when you're on your pushing formation. There an update to my guide on Groma? Why would it need to be? Oh, you mean I just don't have notes on why you'd pitch each spec? Are you really? I usually have notes on picking spec choices. Hold on. I have notes on specializations. What you're doing is you're looking at the upgrade information, I think, and you're not looking at the section on specializations. Circle of the Mountain, so my note says this is Groma's tanking spec. Circle of the Artist says this is Groma's support spec, but she can tank in it as well. And the Circle of the Swamp says this is Groma's DPS spec. It's all right there. Yeah, it's in there. It's in there. Okay, we're gonna stop here and spike again. Here I can show. I can show you a picture of it. It's in there. Wrong place. Like, why is it scrolling so far? Okay, I just want to get to 100. Is there a reason you don't put your non-CNE streams onto YouTube afterwards? I do. That's what I'm behind on. That's why there's not going to be a stream on Sunday. But there's a playlist that's my free to play walkthrough, and what I do is I just chop up each run. So this will go on there as a mysterious summons, Waterdeep and mysterious summons. Once I upload it, I'm just behind on uploading all my stuff. I don't do it just as like a day whatever. I want people to be able to go in like and search for specific adventures and stuff. It'll end up there. Plus, like if stick close to Mama K, defeat 10,000 enemies, Carly having at least 20 rage stacks. Nice. Yeah, I don't just archive an entire idle chatter stream there. I usually do highlights of specific things. If people want all the rest of the information, they can come here, or they can watch the VOD, the Twitch VOD, here on Twitch. And people do. I get a lot of VOD views. It doesn't do anything for me. The Twitch doesn't care if people watch your VODs. I am grateful that people find the use in watching my VODs when I'm not live. But I'm moving all of that basically in chunks over to the YouTube channel. You can also find playthroughs of other games because I play other games. Google pick the old guide. Oh, no. Yeah, at the top it says, yeah, I went through and I put in very big letters, this guide is outdated. Find the new one at the here, and you got to go to the subreddit. Basically, it just sends you to the subreddit. Yeah, let me get a good hit. Come on, Carlock. Oh yeah, 180s again. Yeah, we'll take 180s. Better money on Twitch or YouTube? Again, VODs. Twitch doesn't do anything with VODs. Twitch doesn't, like, you watch a VOD here on Twitch, that doesn't, there's no financial assistance. Like, there's nothing that goes there. Unless, I don't know, maybe, well, actually, do ads play during the VOD? I don't know if I get money off ads during a VOD. I don't know why ads would play during a VOD. It's the only way. Ads play during a VOD. Well, then maybe there's ad revenue. Okay, then there's ad revenue. Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, and YouTube has ad revenue too, but YouTube also, I mean, YouTube is all about, well, I mean, you can live stream on YouTube, but you know, views on YouTube help your overall YouTube numbers and discoverability and all that kind of stuff. I don't really min max my YouTube. Yeah. At some point, I will do better organizing on my YouTube, and which probably means never. Spending the afternoon making shocked faces for every video. No, I don't do that at all. I don't do any of that. I literally export it straight. I don't even throw it into an editing program and touch it at all. I literally just clip. I edit it in Twitch to a highlight, and then I just export that highlight to YouTube. It's the dirty gold farming of of content creation. How many healing pigments did you say we get? One. We got one from Penelope. One. Yeah, if you don't get a lot of ads in general, then then you probably wouldn't get them for a VOD. I just know I only ever watch VODs for channels that I'm like subbed to usually, so I would never. 2050. I was wrong. I was like 1800. No, you go from 1100 to 2050 before Jarlaxle gives you more gold fine. Ciany, please. What? Ciany, please. Woof. Save this. I'm upgrading Carlock where we can. Come on. That didn't work at all. Meh. I can see your content live when I can as your response to the community, but if I can't do it live, I like it in Memorex. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like I said, I get a lot. I get more VOD views than I get live views. So I don't mind. I get that there's people, who can't watch live. I wish, I don't know, maybe Twitch has done this and I just don't know where it is. But I wish it would tell me when people are watching like my VODs. Like that would actually tell me like when would more people show up and watch your streams, but I don't know if that's available. Like I said, Twitch doesn't really care about VODs. It feels. They might say go 3 to 6. Oh no. Yeah. No, Nathalis. It was 3 I was wrong. It was 3 golden or 3 legendary potions that we got. It was 3 legendary potions. It was only the one pigment. I'll never believe this new Waterdeep run. Yeah, I don't do that stuff. That is not my that's not my style. I mean, we definitely. I feel like there are VODs like you'll never believe this deep favor run I did in Tomb. Like, I mean, I generally felt that way. I didn't believe this run. I didn't. It was amazing. That's happened a lot this new account, but I still wouldn't put that in a video. Mm, 50, 17, 60. Keep going. 30. 1900. Nice. 30. Still going. Where are we at? E19. I think, man, they're 4 a.m. I feel like maybe we call this at E20. Because we're still going. That means I'm going to get tier 3 global. E22 would get me familiar faces. Uh-oh. But yeah, when I mean I feel like I feel like stopping around E20, and then we would just need to do one more. I think only one more deep run in Waterdeep during our time here, and we would max out all of our blessings. E20 is probably fine. Hey, Sir Maz. Show your YouTube work. You're welcome. Twitch availability is cool too. Yeah. The thing about having it on Twitch, like the thing about keeping VODs on Twitch is the only way to keep them forever is to turn them into a highlight. Highlights will stick around forever. And yeah, I don't know. Let me go look at. Okay, currently everything from day one through now is still a VOD here on Twitch. I might go in and turn those, convert those into highlights, and then just store them somehow, like so that every day, if you want to watch the full day of this, people can. I mean, I don't hate that idea. But then I'm still gonna break up the little bite-sized chunks for each named adventure and variant stuff onto YouTube. So it'll just be different ways to access it, maybe in different places. Got Penelope Tier 4 is done for the event. Nice. Don't know if she got the team for Gales. Try it and find out. Man, find out. What's ridiculous to me at the moment is we're in the E60s for gold fine, and we just need to be in like the E80s to soft cap. And this is our first run. We're not that far off, like if you think about it. We're 25% of the way off. Like we've gone 75% of the way. That's a lot for your first run. We've made a lot of progress on this account in terms of power. I still don't have like my Modron core leveled up. It's still just a level 1 core. They didn't say anything about that, Sam. They didn't come back with that answer, and they're gone for 2 weeks. So yeah, Justin was supposed to go find out and report back, and if he found out, he did not report back. So, disappointing, but oh well. All right, we got like 30 minutes of gold fine left. We're really close to E20, but man, it's climbing fast. Look how fast that's climbing. Look at that go. It makes me want to just keep going. It really does. We're only at 9,000 stacks of story time. Wow. That's like nothing. I didn't catch all that, Smuddick. Okay, after who and then something faster. I don't know what the rest of that was. You want to retype it. But this one guy here, he's like, no, I'm not going to die. I'm fine. You can't beat me. And then we smacked him. Then we smacked him in the head. And he fell over. Yeah, I mean, really, you just got to get. I told this to people the other day. Just ask Sean and Mars. They can message people to find out. That's the, just ask them on one of their streams. Oh, after whom on the motoring core is going to level faster. Yeah. Well, we're going to complete areas faster. Yeah, ad break, by the way. Ah, we hit E20. Oh, do I stop like I said I was gonna, or do we go to E22 to pick up familiar faces? Okay. Champions. Well, decrease ultimate cooldown. Oh, that's huge. That would be good for Karlach. We get 10% max. But I'll take it. Off of a 10.5 minutes? It's actually a chunk. 5E22 is what we would need then. One more. What's she at? 63. Okay. All right. Trancanulon tier 4 DM pulled Karlach. A tank's good. Super Predator's dex score, I don't think it's going to scale enough. As long as you have a tank, you should scale well. Yeah, you should be fine. Should be? I found my issue was just survivability. And Karlach has a buff too, and you know, if you have Dark Urge, throw them in, and put them in Resist the Urge, so you get a res, and you're covering all your bases. And what I did is I put a familiar on Caddy Bree's ult and on Dungeon Master's ult, so she ulted every 5 seconds instead of 10. Which is on average, which is rude as hell, but let me clear 1600. Let me clear 1600. All right, hold on. We're almost at max. Let's see. We're at our max. We're at rage max. What do we got? E193. Yes, please. Hold on. Let's get it. E201. Boom. Let's go. Let's go. We'll take that. It's tempting to burn a 15-minute speed potion, but I don't have a lot. I need those for getting through all the rest of these adventures. Yeah, I know I could stack up Penelope manually. I just don't want to spend the time on this account to do it. We're already spending so much time just doing this. This is kind of a time limited account in a way. It's like we have a very limited amount of time, especially during an event. Like I'm using time I could be spending on event variants to do this, and I still don't know if it's the right decision. I could get punished for it. I could get punished for it hard. Normally, people wouldn't be punished this way. Well, if you play limited amounts of time, you would also have to make good decisions. And I don't know if I'm making the best, but I'm trying to. Is there a best way to use chess? Sort of. Yeah, sort of. And it depends on the champions. You have over 2,000 silver chests. Okay, this helps me answer this question better. You best use them when pushing for the gold they give. Not really. My upgrades and champions. Yeah, so if you're getting the soft cap, then it doesn't matter. So, yeah, if you're getting soft cap on your runs, it doesn't matter. Where you would dump them is on the first deep run of an event. It's for whatever reason it scales better on the first deep run. I tested this a long time ago. Second, you can do it on the first or the second, but it scales better on the first. But after the second, it's pointless. There's first deep run of the event. When you get to your wall, pop your silvers. Like even if you're soft capped, but if you're not, it should help you soft cap. You level up your champions, push further. Should help you push your wall. Otherwise, just soak up all that gold on that first run of an event to make your favor gain a little bigger. Yeah, for silvers, that's really it. There are some people that, like I'm holding on to silvers because we were on our way to get a Zaka, and I wanted to get her full blue when I unlocked her, and that's still what I'm holding on to them for. Still what I'm holding on to them for. Should I just move on from the event after doing tier 1? If it depends, I don't know how much favor you have in the event. Oh, you got E20. You can try tier 2, like the first. Look at the variant, see if you can complete one. Try the first variant, which is the lowest area goal in tier 1 or tier 2 for the champions. Look at the restrictions, find what looks in, and see what you can knock out. That's what I did last time. I had E25 favor, and with the power I had on in my formation as a pretty much a brand new account in a first event, I could get like the first variant done for some of them, but not all, depending on the restriction. But like on this time around, I think I can clear all at tier 2. We're gonna try. So yeah, so it just depends. I mean, try it and see what happens. Will you get the second core before the end of the event? No, I'm nowhere near. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 9 slots to have 3 champions. I'm so far away from the second core. I'll be able to pick up 2 more champions. One's gonna go here, and then I haven't figured out who I'm gonna flex yet. If I ever look at the Gearless thread in the CNE Discord, I don't ever look in the CNE Discord except in the combinations channel. That's the only place I go anymore. Unless someone pulls my attention over there for a very good reason. But I mean, I did a Vow of Poverty account back when Mars started it years ago. I understand. I don't ever want to do it ever again. I know what it looks like. People want to challenge themselves that way. That's great. Been there, done that. Gave up not gave up. Just was like, okay, I get it, and then I moved on. Because no. Yeah, 11 and 12 from Tomb, but not during this event. 10 I don't care about. I've stacked in 10. Lumon is 8. I'm thinking I'm going to get Ayla in 9. So that leaves 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. At least 5 more. So potentially, depending on if there's slots 1 through 5 in the next event, there's potential there. Fine. It is capped. Tell you what she did in there. I mean, I get that you can. I get that there's different ways to do gearless accounts. I get that. I know how the scaling works in Caddy alone. So no, I think I'm going to get Ayla in 9. I like another tank. Gale is a pretty strong debuffer and buffer combo, and I think that's fine for me at the moment. I don't know. I haven't made his full decision yet. I'll make that decision next Wednesday. I think we're gonna ride this wave one more time. We're gonna see what we can get. But I think we're nearing the end of this run. Basically just trying to make sure that we have the most damage possible. The highest possible bud before we then ride the fire breath the rest of the way. 100, 98. 98 is probably maxed. Still can't get Charlaxle to his next goal find. Well, we understand what they meant. We know they were talking about Ayla. What are we at? Almost to E21. God, that does make me want the E22. Man, it's like those games where you're like, you took a turn. I finished it. I should really go to bed. But I could just take one more turn. And then it's time for you to wake up and you're still playing the game. You're still playing the game. It's not just Civ. I did it with Total War Warhammer. Oh, man, just one more turn. One more turn will be fine. One more turn. Why is it dark out? Oh. Whoops. Well, just one more turn. Oh, the sun just came up. I should go to work with just one more turn. I should make breakfast just one more turn. The worst. Remember, in our deep push in the event, we cleared 800 for E30 favor. For E30 favor. We won't get to E30, but the fact that we're in the E21. Yeah, we're going to E22. 5 E22 is my new goal, folks. And then I absolutely am ending it. It's Penelope at 11,000 stacks. Yeah. In our deep run where we got E30, she got to 1 million stacks, and we're only at 11,000. Wild. Okay, let's look at upgrades for people. 1950. We can do that. And we can go up again. 50. 2140. I would need 90. I don't have 90. Why did I close that? I do that every time. We got that. We got that. I mean, this is part of the problem or solution is we keep leveling up more and getting more damage. Which just lets us bud spike even higher, right? 2470. Get off the field. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Caddy Bree's like, get wrecked. I don't want to look at you. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. Here we go again. Working on making our way downtown. Working on 100 rage stacks again. Jeez. Oh, you're just trying to build your item levels, or you're just trying to who are you getting buffs? I mean, Lurking Rider if you're trying to push deep, then I think Caddy Bree. If you use Caddy Bree, whoever you use the most, like, would get you some amazing buffage. Like Caddy Bree and Akira, for most people, would get some amazing buffage for people. Otherwise, your Gosrick has a low item level compared to the others. Yeah, that's the only other thing. And then Melf wants infinite item levels, right? I'm not going to 800. Not going to 800. Getting soft cap in the mid 500s, but not going too far beyond that, 700s. I mean, soft cap early means you've got a good base favor. Not being able to go farther past that is usually either, well, it doesn't have to be. It's either your formation or your gear, right? Whatever. It's your overall pushing power, and that could be the formation layout. It could be the gear on the champions. It could be a Modron core, or if you have one or don't. Globals, perks, like everything else that could contribute to power is what's going to take you past your soft cap. But I would say probably maybe the first thing to look at is your formation. And so when you get to around 700, if that's how far you're getting, then you want to start trying to build different formations at that level and see if any of them take you any further. No, Shevik. All right. We got my rage. We got the rage built up. Rage built up inside of me. Yeah, when Melf basically, well, I don't know. I think Melf is a little inefficient if you get him. I don't think Melf is. I think you've wasted Melf at spawning 100, but I guess I'd have to see it. I feel like because of the way it just spawns extras, I don't think it. Do they come out as a wall like with Karlach? Because I don't think they do. In which case, you don't care about 100. You just want continuous streams so that it never stops. They never stop, never stopping, right? I don't know. Maybe not. I'd have to see it really high. They go as a wall. Okay, if they do that, then yeah, 100 spawn is beefy. Issue with Melf is whenever he's in the weekend or weekly part, it doubles his speed ability, and that breaks the game with spawn more enemies. But they need to fix that. So then you just submit a ticket. You make them fix it. They fixed it once, and their fix isn't working, and they got to fix it again. Yeah. How we doing? How we doing? Yeah. All right. Climbing fairly quickly. It's just steady as she goes. Oh, you just shut your computer down. Got it. Or your potato, I should say. Shuts your potato down. I can't even get Karlach up to their next upgrade. That's how you know we're kind of at the end of our run. Remember, E75s, we're so close. Feels so close to soft capping, but technically not. Technically not. Just have to. Gotta pause and boost again. Fortunately, we're doing pretty good. This pause and boost is actually around the right time for her. We're able to ride that fire breath far enough with this spike that her soul coin is back when we need it. Like Dritz, Tazaka, Dragon Bait. Okay, Okoria. Which of the 3 left campaign champions is the best? There's 4 left. You want to go to Baldur's Gate next. You just do, because that's how you unlock Trials and Zariel. So you're going to go to Baldur's Gate next. Now, whether you choose to get Rhea or not is up to you. But you've got Rhea, Xeraphon, Belushi, and Commodore Crux left as evergreen campaign unlocks. But usually you just do them in order. I do. There's people that after Baldur's Gate, because you have to do at least the storyline adventures in Baldur's Gate, so you can get Trials open. That's more important than any evergreen, and any champion, basically. And where you go after that is up to you. But yeah, there's 4 campaign evergreens still that aren't listed there. But everything gets harder, as you go along. So. Right. There we go. E206 that time. Nice. And yeah, we're almost out of that gold find potion. So that's really our limiter is when we run out of that 13 minutes of gold find, whether we're at E22 or not, we're done. We're done. Man, he's just so hungry. So hungry. Yeah, Crux is super strong. Belushi's up there. I think Belushi's right behind Crux, but much, much harder to achieve, which is why I say usually just do them in order. Yeah, Gale's in the weekend party. Triple Archmage Insight. We're taking advantage of that on our push right now. Triple Ceramorphosis off Astarion. We're taking advantage of that right now, too. Unfortunately, I don't have Lae'zel. Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep are 2 different things, Durdepa. Said you did Baldur's Gate for chest jobs and blessings to get the 45 variants done for Ikoria. That's Waterdeep. Baldur's Gate is Descent into Avernus. Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus is the next campaign. You did say you unlocked Trials, so that means you have done Baldur's Gate, but Baldur's Gate is not where you got Ikoria. Ikoria is from Waterdeep. Rhea is in Baldur's Gate. Well, but you said to get the 45 variants done for Ikoria. That's okay. Okay, I get what you're saying. I don't. Okay, that was just a very confusing sentence for me because those are 2 different things. We're up to one E22 now, folks. One E22. Nice. Nice. Oh, and we got a lot of Karlach upgrades. Got a lot of upgrades, period. What the hell is going on? There's a party over here. Look at everybody. Oh, let's max out of rage. They're going to line up like this. Oh, thanks. Line them up, knock them down. It's Carlock bowling, everybody. Carlock bowling. Wow, we got to 100 fast. Okay. Wow. 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 Oh, no worries, Durdeva. It wasn't. It was just more that I didn't understand the. I didn't process that you were saying you went to Baldur's Gate so you could get more power to do the variants for Lacoria. Normally, I can just walk through Waterdeep. I've never left to a different. I guess I've just never left and then come back to a place. You gonna go for E23? No, 5 E22 and we're done. Yeah, 8 minutes. The game's slowing down. We weren't able to ride that as far now. We don't get our soul coin back. Ooh. That's a big slowdown. All right. You would want 1210. Upgrades on anybody? He wants 120. Well, he can't have 120. Good lord. No, yeah, we are where we are now. This helps with Penelope's ultimate when they stack up like this. This is where we want to stack up Penelope's ultimate. Okay. Give me that. Oh, it hit the wrong spot. It's centered around the ones up here instead of all of these. Oh. Yeah, because it is the nearest enemy. Dang it. I should have just nuked him. 666, the mark of the Penelope beast. The Penelope beast. I've read that as I got to finish downtown, and I'm like, downtown what? And then I realized there's no second W. Okay. Wow, are we just... There we go. I'm like, we're not stuck here. 30s pilfer stacks. Oh, that was rude. Oh, that was rude. Nice, Victorable. Reruns, huh? Wow, yeah. I wouldn't even know how to do it. Man, I'd love reruns. Yeah, we're closing in on our goal. It's climbing. We're climbing fast too. The lights are much better, brighter at downtown. Yes, but not in Downton. The lights aren't brighter in Downton. Is my understanding. There it is. All right, and true to my word, we're out of here. Can't call me a liar. 5E22 Helm's favor. Good job, Garwar.